Urgent. Just in. Negotiations with key Panthers star stall as club icon's future is thrown into doubt. While all the focus should be on the Panthers' push for another title, an extremely delicate situation is starting to concern the club's board and Panthers fans. But before I tell you this massive news, fellow Panthers fan, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the latest Panthers news. Negotiations to keep Liam Martin at Penrith have not progressed as the club had hoped. According to reports from behind the scenes, an important meeting between the players' representatives and the club ended without an agreement, leaving talks over a new deal effectively frozen for the time being. And the detail that makes this situation even more concerning is that the problem has nothing to do with Martin's performances. It's about money. Liam Martin wants a star contract. The demand on the table is significant. Martin is reportedly seeking a 3-year extension, with an annual salary in the region of $1 million Australian dollars. That figure would put the player among the most highly valued members of the squad and represents a clear statement about how Martin sees his own worth within the NRL. And, to be fair, there's a reason for that confidence. Liam Martin didn't become such an important part of the Panthers by accident. He came through Penrith's system, developed alongside some of the biggest names of the current generation, and established himself as one of the most aggressive and reliable backrowers in the game. His defensive ability, intensity, and physical presence have made him one of the players who helped shape the Panthers' competitive identity. That's why, for Panthers fans, the thought of losing him would hurt far more than simply losing another player. It would mean losing a part of the team's identity. But there is one problem the Panthers board simply cannot ignore. The salary cap is at the center of the battle. Penrith has to decide how much salary cap space it is prepared to commit to keeping Martin. Paying around $1 million Australian dollars a season could be completely justified when you consider the player's importance. But the Panthers cannot think about just one contract. The club needs to build an entire competitive squad. There are other important players who need to be retained, young talents coming through the system, and contracts that will need to be carefully managed over the next few years. Every major contract extension has consequences for the next one. And that balancing act is exactly what has made the Martin negotiations so complicated. The Panthers don't want to lose him. But they also don't want to damage the financial structure that has allowed the club to remain competitive for so many years. And now the finals are entering the picture. There is another important factor here: the timing of the season. With Penrith completely focused on the business end of the competition, the club's priority right now is on the field. The team needs to be united, focused, and ready to fight for another premiership. $1 million negotiation involving one of the squad's key players could potentially become a major distraction. That is why there is a possibility that the most serious negotiations could be pushed back until the offseason. But there is one problem. The clock is still ticking. If Martin's situation is not resolved by the 1st of November, he will enter the final year of his current contract, which runs through to the end of 2027. And that could open a dangerous window. From that point, rival NRL clubs could begin moving to secure the player through a pre-contract. In other words, Penrith could be trying to concentrate on the finals while other clubs are already preparing an approach for one of the Panthers' most important players. And there is one name that makes this possibility even more concerning. PNG Chiefs could become a serious threat. The new PNG Chiefs have emerged as a potential threat in this situation. The club, which is preparing to enter the NRL, needs to build a competitive squad and will be looking for players capable of immediately lifting the quality of its roster. Liam Martin fits that profile perfectly. And if serious money is available to convince him, Penrith could face a much tougher battle than it would like. Because the Chiefs wouldn't simply need to offer Martin a contract. They could offer him a fresh opportunity, a new project, and, most importantly, the chance to become one of the major stars of a brand new franchise. For a player entering an important stage of his career, that could carry plenty of weight. And now the Panthers board faces a massive decision. It can make room and try to meet Martin's demands, securing the future of one of the pillars of this dynasty. Or it can set a financial limit and risk allowing the player to enter the open market. Neither option is comfortable. If Penrith pays too much, it could create difficulties when it comes to retaining other important players. If it doesn't pay enough, it could lose Martin. And now the question facing every Panthers fan is simple, but incredibly frightening. Will the Panthers open the checkbook to keep Liam Martin? Or risk watching one of the biggest pillars of this dynasty walk out and wear another jersey? Because while Penrith fights for another title on the field, a genuine contract battle could just be getting started behind the scenes. And now I want to hear from you, Panthers fans. Do you think the Panthers should let Martin go, or should they do everything possible to re-sign him? Yes or no? I want to know what you think. Drop your answer in the comments and become part of our Panthers fan community. And make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss all the latest Penrith Panthers news, rumors, and updates.